Well, that is a word, I think, as we said in lecture, we talk a lot about the truth. We talk about writers struggling to express the truth. And on one level, truth can be defined as how and why things happen. The events on the surface of life are facts. Somebody goes from a positive experience in life to a negative, back to a positive experience. Their life goes from peace and quiet to some terrible near-death experience, and then they manage to survive and go on with their life. And so there's a certain factual level of things on the surface of what happens, how life changes. But what a storyteller is after is how and why what happens on the surface happens. And so we think the truth is the expression of the deep cause and effects, the deep hows and whys that are existing even down to the subconscious minds of our characters. On the other hand, you might tell a story in which you think the hows and whys are caused by terrible, psychological damage done to your character at some point in their life that has somehow caused them subconsciously to become self-destructive, okay? And so there's self-destructive behavior on the surface. You say the truth of that is that it was all due to the terrible damage that was done to them in their childhood. Somebody else may come along and look at that same character behaving in that self-destructive way and say, no, the truth of why that character behaves like that is really due to the corruption of values in our society. It's not the inner damage that was done to them. It's the fact that they live in a world in which values are so relativistic and so confused and so crass that as a result, this poor character's lost control of their life. And so you are expressing the truth, the hows and whys that you believe in. Somebody else may come along and say, no, the hows and whys are at another level. And all you can hope for is that if you express the hows and whys that you deeply believe in and do that beautifully in the story, that other people, even though they have very different attitudes about how and why things happen, will watch your film or read your novel or whatever, and they will come out nodding, going, yeah, for this character, yeah, how and why happened to them, that is the truth at that level for those reasons, even though I tend to think that in life it's usually something else. Somehow you have convinced them that the hows and whys of your story are the truth, and I think this is not an uncommon experience. That we go to the storyteller, we have our prejudices about the truth of life, about how and why things happen. They express a story that's quite different than our point of view, and we just recognize that somehow we're in the presence of the truth.